Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I'm so excited. I have a very large book haul here. I did not purchase all these books myself. Over on my Instagram channel, I have such a wonderful network of book friends, and some of us decided to do a book swap. So I swapped with, I think, 3 different girls over there, did some raffles, and then was just gifted some books. I did actually probably buy 4 or 5 of these books myself, but without further ado, let's get into the book haul. So first off, I have this series. I have Fragile Sanctuary. I have Delicate Escape. I have Beautiful Exile. And I have Broken Harbor. And these are all by Catherine Cowles. I have heard so many good things about this series on YouTube. So I am very excited to dive in. Also over on my Instagram channel, I do a lot of bingos. So one of the prompts on my bingo card was to read a book that was set in Canada. I did not have any, but as I was looking, Deja Dead really caught my attention. Now, I have not read this book yet, so I will pop back on with a review once I do. But in essence, this girl who lives in New York is going on a trip to Quebec, which is in Canada, and she finds herself in this book searching for a killer. I love books that are like this. So I cannot wait to dive into Deja Dead. Next on my book haul, I have Offside from Avery Keelan. Of course, this is a hockey romance. I don't ever read the back. I love to go into books blind, and I am finding that I absolutely love hockey romances. So this book was gifted to me in one of my book swaps. So I am thrilled. Cannot wait to start this book. Next up, I have a Nevessa Allen, Caught Up. This is the second book after Lights Out. I really liked Lights Out, but I am hearing a lot of mixed reviews about Caught Up. My daughter read this book, and she liked it, but I have heard a lot of negative reviews. So I cannot wait to read book 2 and chime in with my opinion on this book. Next up, we have The Ways We Hide by Christina McMorris. Says, as a little girl raised among hardships of Michigan's Copper County, Finna Voss learned to focus on her own survival. The ability sustains her even now as the Second World War rages in a faraway country. I love books about war. This would be a historical fiction book. Kristen Hanna is one of my favorite authors when it comes to historical fiction. So this book, definitely excited to read it. Next up is a book I've heard so much about. I believe this book was originally called Split and Swallow. Now it is Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub, not sure which, but it has the beautiful sprayed edges, which I am so excited about. But I have heard a lot of good reviews about this book, so that does kind of bump this one up pretty high on my TBR. So yeah, we have Kiss of the Basilisk. Then I have the first book in the Knock 'em Out series. This book was also gifted to me. It is the one with the beautiful sprayed edges. I've also heard mixed reviews about this series as well. But I'm learning to love romance. I used to just be a fantasy, romantasy girl only. And my daughter has got me into romance. So I have loved every Lucy Score book that I have read. So I'm going to go into this with an open mind and form my own opinion about this book. Again, I'll be back with a review once I'm finished. I have also been into some literary fiction lately. So I was gifted All the Colors of the Dark, Chris Whitaker. I don't know a lot about this book. It's set in 1975, in the time that America is changing. The Vietnam War is just ending. Muhammad Ali is fighting Joe Frazier. And the small town of Montclair, Missouri girls are disappearing. So this sounds like it's going to be a good historical mystery book. I am so excited. This is another one of my favorite type of books. So I'm very excited to read this one. Next, I have never, y'all don't come at me, I have never read an Elsie Silver book. So these books were on sale, and I believe this is the first and maybe the last book. And my mind has, the Gold Rush Ranch series. So I am going to be starting some Elsie Silver books very soon, and definitely will be back to let you guys know what I think about these books. Another duology I'm thinking that I was gifted was by Max Monroe, When I Should Have Stayed, and What I Should Have Said. These books are beautiful. I love the sprayed edges. I don't have a clue what these books are about. Absolutely no idea what these books are about, but I am excited. I know they're romance, so I'm excited to get into those. And I've also, Jennifer Hartman, I read Lotus. Oh, it hit all the feelings. So I now have 2 more books by Jennifer Hartman, still beating. And if this is anything like Lotus, I'd better get the tissues out. And Older. And again, I don't know what these books are about. I just know that I really like Jennifer Hartman's writing style. So I had these on my Amazon wish list, and in my book giveaway, they were purchased for me, or not my book giveaway, in my book exchange, they were gifted to me. A friend of mine gifted me this book. She says this is her favorite book. A.G. Riddle, Lost in Time. Again, I don't have a clue, and I kind of want to go in blind to this, since she did tell me that this was her favorite book. So I'm not going to read anything about it and just go in blind. Oops, I have a bookmark stuck. I have a Rebecca Yarros, In the Likely Event. I know that I haven't read any Rebecca Yarros romances. I have only read, like, of course, Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, can't speak this morning, and Onyx Storm, and I'm not so patiently awaiting the next book out. But I wanted to dive into some of her other books. I like her writing style in her fantasy books, so I'm hoping that I am going to love these books. Stay tuned. Another book from Elsie Silver. I'm sorry, I can't remember what this series is called, but I needed this book and one of the others, I can't remember the name, to complete this whole series. And once I have the last one, I will dive into this. My daughter has read the whole series. She loved it. Good cowboy romance. I will be back with my opinion on this series. These two books by Rena Kent, I'm absolutely loving Rena Kent. So these are the last two books that I needed to complete this series. Several friends of mine have read the first one and absolutely loved them. I have God of War and God of Fury. So this is, of course, another series, that never-ending TBR. Another series that I want to go ahead and dive into. So hopefully I'll get started on this one pretty soon. The next two are books that I actually purchased for myself. I purchased Psycho Shifters. I haven't really heard a lot about this book, but you know, shifters. I love me a good shifter book. And this book is by Jasmine Maz, or Mays. I'm not sure which. I don't want to butcher names because I know they're subjective. Yes, I'm a first grade teacher, so I'm very careful with names. But Psycho Shifters, and it does have these beautiful sprayed edges. Excited about this one. K.A. Knight, Den of Vipers. Again, with the beautiful edges. I believe this is a dark romance. Love dark romances. I loved Hunting and Haunting Adeline. Actually, I have read all of H.D. Carlton's books except for Shallow River, and I love H.D. Carlton. So I thought I would give this one a try, and I'll give you some feedback on this one. The next is a series that a friend purchased for me. I had no idea. The Curse That Binds, with these beautiful edges, by Laura Thesala. If I butchered your name, I'm so sorry. But I had no idea this was a prequel to Bewitched and Bespelled. So my friend Laura said that she has read this whole series up to now. I know that there is another book in this series coming out. She, I think, rated this series somewhere 4 stars, 4.5 stars, and she wanted me to have this series and hopefully catch up, and maybe we can do a buddy read in the next few months. The Ticket by Noelle W. I-H-L-I. I will not butcher this lady's name. I actually saw a book review on this, and it was rated 5 stars. I think this takes place at a carnival, and I think it's pretty much an unaliving, which is another one of my, there's not many genres that are not my favorite. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So this is another one of my favorite genres, but I'm not going to read a lot. I just saw the review and thought, you know, this would be a great book for around Halloween time. Get those fall vibes vibing. So this was also gifted to me. Another author that I have recently gotten into is Emily Henry. Love Emily Henry. So book lovers, I'm excited for this romance. I love the banter. I love Emily Henry's writing style. So these are just quick little happy palate cleansers for me, especially after I have read a big fantasy book. Like right now I'm reading the House of Earth and Blood, the first one in Crescent City. Sarah J. Maas, you kind of got me a little in the feels, and I felt like I needed to get Crescent City done before that new book releases. So I am plowing my way through the Crescent City books. But in between, I love little books like this just as a palate cleanser. So I'm ready and fresh and excited to go into the next big chunker, as I call them. Next, I have Pucking Around. Don't know a lot about this book, but I am into the hockey romances. Emily Rath. So, yeah, this girl's big. But I am super excited about this one. Rena Kent, thank you for introducing me to hockey romances. I love them, love them, love them. So a friend purchased this one for me. Another lady I have recently got into is Abby Jimenez. Oh, Abby Jimenez, part of your world and yours truly. I am now going through her backlist and trying to catch up on the things that I was missing, because she truly is turning into one of my favorite authors. Below Emily McIntyre, Emily is my all-time favorite author. I love Emily. Emily, if you're watching this, I love you. But Abby, her books are the romance is romancing, and I am really loving Emily Henry. Sorry, Abby Jimenez. It's early. Sorry, I do apologize for that mistake. And let's see, the last two books on my haul. One is by Cara Bastone, and it's Promise Me Sunshine. This book to me screams summer. Screams summer. So I go back to work in about 2.5-ish weeks. I want to get to this one before I go back to work, because to me, when I go back to work, summer's over. I know it's still hot, but my summer ends. So I'm ready for all the fall feels, for all the fantasy, romantasy. So I really want to get this book in before I go back to work. And my last book, I'm really finding that I love books about bookstores, about books. And this is The Vanishing Bookstore by Helen Pfeiffer. My friend Tammy purchased me this book, and it's not very thick. It will be a great palate cleanser. So I am excited to get to this one as well. We have reached the end of the book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like and subscribe to my channel. I'm a newbie, an older newbie, but again, I heard Larry over at Larry Reads say, post the content. So I love to read. I love to share my love of books, and I'm going to post the content. So until next time, friends, keep reading, keep posting the content, and I hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are. Mwah. And